technology, SAP Songo. Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take up coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow, living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter, oh, the children have no education. The children have no one to call their friend, the children have no food to eat. We got major headlines, oh, we got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines, we got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers. It's about music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. But they can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must take it. And I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Cyan, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Cyan.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Rabbi, why you taking? I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start the talk. Come on, so going to pop. Put it to Ichiki.
Okay, folks, let me say good morning to you beautiful people. Welcome to the July 6, 2026 Monday edition of the program from the Print News. Is where we come to run you through the stories making headlines in the media. So we want to say a big thank you to all of you for tuning in this morning. After a weekend, wonderful, wonderful weekend, we are back, and we are here to bring you those trending stories from the print word. So stay tuned as we run you through this morning. My name is Wendell Nimne, and I'm here this morning waiting on my Radio LIB partner to join in as we drive you through with the Front Page Africa newspaper and the Daily Observer. To our sponsors, Crime Stopper Liberia, Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction, Mayuba and Sons Incorporated, one of the giants in the petroleum business. We want to say a big thank you for being a part. So let's now begin with the stories we've got, beginning with the Front Page Africa newspaper. Let's get to the top stories. It says visa-free Africa. Liberia pushes continental tourism agenda as LNTA boss Cooper urges African leaders to prioritize transport connectivity. That's good news, visa-free Africa. And let's move to road safety news. Dreams shattered. A fatal Swakoko High collision silenced the promising futures of a master's graduate, a graduating student, and a dedicated tourism leader in Bong. And lastly, for top stories, anti-graft putsch Rep Chairman Martin says, court successes reinforce fight against public corruption. And those are the top stories. Those of you who are watching us, please let us know where you're watching from. It's very, very important. Put your name and your address, and we will recognize you. So if you have anything to say on some of the stories that we are about to run you through, and you wouldn't have the time to call, you can also drop your comment in our comment section. We will go for them and air them on the show. So let's begin. Let's continue with more stories. It says, as other African nations reject U.S. Health deal, Liberia's agreement faces new scrutiny. A 2024 State Department review found that Liberia failed to meet eligibility criteria related to addressing corruption, which placed the entire program on a review before USAID was shut down. The new health compact does not include a comparable verification mechanism. Meanwhile, Ghana says the proposed agreement risks sensitive health data. Zimbabwe, Kenya, and Zambia have also pushed back against similar U.S. health compacts. Now, Civil society leaders say the Liberian government must explain what it agreed to and whether the country should learn from Ghana. Well, that's very interesting. So let's take a few lines from that story. Let's go to it and take a few lines. It's very very interesting. What health issues is important. It says here Ghana has become the third African country to reject a proposal that's a proposed U.S. health agreement, with government officials saying the deal will have given U.S. entities broad access to sensitive national health data, including metadata and analytical tools, without sufficient safeguards or prior approval. The deal included provisions that will have allowed U.S. entities access to Ghana's sensitive health data without necessary safeguards. Arno Kavapo, executive director of Ghana's Data Protection Commission, told the Associated Press the government said the move was also designed to build the Ghanaian government's ownership of the health sector and reduce reliance on donors. Ghana's move followed Zimbabwe and Zambia, which have also rejected the deal. Zimbabwe objected to U.S. Requests for long-term access to sensitive health data, virus samples, and epidemiological information. In Zambia, the proposed compact has faced delays and public pushback over data, specimen sharing, and reports that health assistance was linked to cooperation in the copper and cobalt sectors. In Kenya, the High Court suspended the agreement after a consumer rights lobby cited health data safety concerns, and the deal has since drawn public protests over a planned U.S. Ebola facility. Under the Trump administration's America First Global Health Strategy, the U.S. has struck such health deals with more than 30 countries, most of them in Africa. The new model, which began in late 2025, replaced the agreements previously run through the now dismantled U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. The deals offer billions of dollars to some of the African countries hit hardest by Washington's aid cuts, supposedly to share up public health systems and fight disease outbreaks. In December, Liberia signed a 5-year health cooperation memorandum of understanding with the Trump's administration, promising up to US 125 million in US assistance, while Liberia is expected to increase domestic health spending by nearly US 51 million. The deal will replace the old USAID managed programs with direct governments to government compacts. The MOU covers HIV and AIDS, malaria, maternal and child health, and global health security. The U.S. government says the model promotes national ownership and reduces aid dependency by asking partner countries to finance more of their health systems. But critics say it moves risks onto poorer countries faster than budgets can absorb. Experts say Liberia will face a 63% reduction in annual U.S. health support compared with 2024 levels. Two former USAID officials with experience in West Africa who spoke on the condition of anonymity for fear of retaliation by the Trump administration told Front Page Africa a new narrative that the government to government funding in West Africa has never worked. The previous U.S. government to government health program in Liberia, which ran from around 2011 and covered 8 counties, operated under a reimbursement model. The Liberian government could only receive funds after proving it had met specific health targets, verified by an independent third party at a cost of roughly $1 to $2 million per year. A 2024 State Department review found that Liberia failed to meet eligibility criteria related to addressing corruption, which placed the entire program on a review before USAID was shut down. The new health compact does not include a comparable verification mechanism. One former USAID official said she has been unable to get a clear answer on how funds will be tracked. I don't think they care about oversight, she said. I think they are just going to give them the money and ask for some good results they can share. The full MOU and annexes, including any provisions on data access, sharing of biological material, or implementation benchmarks, have not been released. That makes it difficult for civil society and affected communities to assess what Liberia agreed to and what safeguards exist. Well, folks, let's leave it right there. Let's get to more stories. Let's take our final story from the front page Africa newspaper. And this is our final story. 4 out of 5 charged in US 90 million drug seizure are nowhere to be found, prompting major tests for Liberia's non-billable drugs law. Missing suspects complicate probe. Okay, very, very interesting. We see like 4 persons here are missing. All right, 4 persons from the 19.2 million cocaine case are nowhere to be found. Well, let's take a few lines from that story. It's very interesting and very trending. Nearly a month after authorities seize US 90 million, tomorrow will make it 1 month. Yeah, nearly a month after authorities seize 90 million worth of cocaine at Rabat International Airport, 5 people have been formally charged and named as principal suspects in the case that is once again drawing global scrutiny of Liberia's much publicized war on drugs. The seizure occurred on Sunday, June 7, after authorities intercepted. Okay, today is June 7. Okay, June 7, yes. And today is July 6. So tomorrow will make it 1 month. So the seizure occurred on Sunday, June 7, 2026, after authorities intercepted and searched a 6-box consignment presented for export through Rabat International Airport. The inspection uncovered 198 plates of cocaine weighing approximately 23.6 kilograms. Although the shipment had been declared as ordinary commercial cargo, subsequent testing confirmed that it contained a large quantity of illicit narcotics. For days, members of the Joint Special Investigative Team established by President Joseph Boakai quietly maintained that their reluctance to name suspects was intended to avoid jeopardizing the investigation. But Front Page Africa has learned that behind the scenes, tensions between the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency and members of the committee sparked accusations and counter accusations over leaks of sensitive documents and information. Some government officials say those leaks may have helped persons of interest flee Monrovia for unknown destinations. By Saturday, reporters had camped outside Liberia National Police headquarters for much of the day, waiting for a press conference expected to announce the first major arrest. But the briefing was repeatedly delayed, leaving many frustrated as the start time kept shifting from 1 hour to another to the next. A day earlier, Inspector General Gregory Coleman had appeared before a Senate plenary hearing examining the government's failure to make arrests since the seizure. He pleaded for patience but said arrests would be made in the coming days. It was not until 8 p.m. local time that IG Coleman finally took the podium to present the Joint Investigative Team's findings and named the suspects. First on the list was Paul J. King, Operations Manager of Global Logistics Services, GLS. According to IG Coleman, investigators found that King, acting in that role, and GLS operating through its internal, it says, let me get it from here. It says, according to IG Coleman, investigators found that King, acting in that role, and GLS operating through its internal structure, allegedly conspired to accept, facilitate, store, and transport the 6-box consignment of cocaine through the airport cargo claim or chain. Paul operates the company with his brother, Malcolm, who has not been charged in connection with the drug bust charges in absentia. According to the police chief, the investigation found that GLS, through its management channels, provided substantial assistance to the alleged trafficking scheme. As a result, authorities charged Paul under Chapter 14, Section 84, 85, 89, and 93 of the amended Controlled Drugs and Substances Act of 2023, as well as Chapter 10, Section 2, 3, and 4 of the Revised Penal Code of Liberia. The charges include unlicensed exportation of controlled drugs or substances, unlicensed transportation and trading in transit of controlled drugs or substances, unlicensed possession of controlled drugs or substances, and illicit trafficking in controlled drugs or substances. The police chief also announced that Michael U.S. Brown, also known as Rahim or Rahim Ba, was linked to the organization of the shipment, the use of bogus front companies, the coordination of cargo falsely declared as Magic Cubes and Lapos, and attempts to recover the cocaine after it was discovered. Brown has been charged in absentia under Chapter 14, Section 84, 85, 89, and 93 of the amended Controlled Drugs and Substances Act of 2023, as well as Chapter 10, Section 2, 3, and 4 of the Revised Penal Code of Liberia. The charges include unlicensed exportation of controlled drugs or substances, unlicensed transportation and trading in transit of controlled drugs or substances, unlicensed possession of controlled drugs or substances, and illicit trafficking in controlled drugs or substances. After reviewing phone records from the investigation, Front Page Africa reported last week that Brown was linked to the Rahim Ba alliance because the phone Ba allegedly used to call Paul King is registered in Brown's name. Front Page Africa also learned that Brown remained in Monrovia until last week when he reportedly fled across the border into Sierra Leone. Another person charged with criminal conspiracy was Oscar J. Brown, according to the police chief. The investigation established that Oscar Brown scanned and cleared cargo ship on May 22, 2026, and later made repeated calls to colleagues about the June 5 shipment that was seized on June 7 at the Rabas International Airport. Investigators say the calls were part of an effort to secure the cargo's release after its contents had already been discovered. Oscar Brown has been charged in absentia under Chapter 14, Section 84, 85, 89, 93. And they all been charged the same. According to the IG, according to IG Coleman, investigators identify Emmanuel Kwan as the person who delivered the shipment and associated cash tied to the cargo transaction. He has also been charged in absentia. Last week, Front Page Africa obtained and published photographs showing Kwan carrying out a transaction at the local UBA branch. FPA was informed that the transaction involved a payment into a GLS account for the cocaine stash he allegedly delivered to Paul King's house. And I'm telling you, folks, it's getting interesting. But let's stop you right here because of time. Let's stop you right here. And so we will continue to move on. And our next presentation is going to be the Daily Observer newspaper. And it says here, government indicts 5 in U.S. 90 million cocaine bust. We've already ran through that story. Kakata caught on the fire over 200K Cooch case involving Michael Brown. Critics allege political interference. And another story here says, diplomacy at work. As government break ground for Japan Freeway extension, FM says initiative demonstrates foreign policy that delivers results. And AREPT early court victories signal tougher anti-corruption era. Let's move you to let's take few lines from this story. Let's take few lines from this Kakata court story. Where is it? Let's see what we can make our way to that story. Okay, I'm trying to make my way, folks. Hey, Liberia, our country, sweet land of liberty, has turned into bitter, bitter, bitter land. All right, I'm trying to get to this story. Where is it? Okay, I'm there. Yes, I finally got into it. And it says here, the 13th Judicial Circuit Court in Kakata is facing mounting political backlash over its handling of the high-profile drug case against Michael U.S. Brown, indicted for trafficking cannabis valued at US $200,000 through the Rabas International Airport in June of 2014. Nearly 2 years after Brown was granted medical bail, the case has stalled completely, with no trial date set, no bench warrant issued despite his repeated absence, and court officials now stonewalling journalists seeking public records. Brown was indicted on September 10, 2024 by the grand jury of Magibi County on charges of unlicensed importation and transportation of controlled substances, specifically Cooch, worth approximately US $200,000. Prosecutors have also linked him to a separate ongoing investigation into the 90 million in narcotics seized at the Rabas International Airport, though no formal charges have been filed in the matter. Court records show Brown's release came after Kakata Central Prison Superintendent Major Nelson P. Ward wrote the court citing the defendant's illness and recommending outside medical treatment. Defense attorney counselor Alfred Holmes moved for bail. The Ministry of Justice objected, warning of flight risk given the severity of the charges and Brown's alleged ties to a larger drug network. The court sided with the defense. Brown was released in the custody of his fiancée, Toge Garnett, and sister Christine G. Cheeks, who stood as shorties. 2 years, no trial, and no accountability. Since his release in late 2024, the case has effectively vanished from the docket. Multiple sources inside the court confirmed that the Ministry of Justice has not requested trial dates in nearly 2 years. Critics note that no bench warrant has been issued for Brown's non-appearance, nor has the court moved to revoke bail, standard procedure when defendants skip hearings. When a 200,000 drug case goes cold after bail, it sends the wrong message. And a Kakata-based attorney who requested anonymity due to the political sensitivity, it tells the public that if you have the right connections, indictment doesn't mean prosecution. That corrodes trust in the entire justice system. Anti-drug advocates in Maghibi say the silence undermines President Bouakar's declared war on drugs. Liberia's kuch epidemic has become a political flashpoint, with youth groups and opposition lawmakers demanding tougher enforcement. A case this large going dormant cuts against the narrative. On July 3, 2026, Daily Observer reporter Ramsey N. Singbe attempted to review the case file, a public record under Liberian law. He was denied. Court clerk Edward Bouakar told Singbe he was not authorized to release the file and referred him to Maghibi County attorney Dede Wilson. When approached, Councillor Wilson declined to comment, stating that she was not ready to discuss the case, and ended the meeting despite the reporter explaining his purpose. Singbe returned to Bouakar, who then advised him to take the request to resident George Victoria Waluba Duncan. But a staffer in George Duncan's office, Katumu Stewart, said any request must first originate from the clerk's office, the same office that had just denied access. The Daily Observer has since learned that County Attorney Wilson recently requested the same case filed from the clerk's office to make photocopies. The purpose of that request remains unclear. The procedural runaround has fueled speculation of political interference. Maghibi is a key county in national politics, and drug enforcement is a wage issue headed into local elections. Opposition figures are already framing the Brown case as evidence that Liberia's justice system applies different standards to well-connected defendants. Neither the Ministry of Justice nor the Titan Judicial Circuit Court has issued a public statement explaining the delays. Brown's current whereabouts are unknown. His shorties could not be reached for comment, with public records now being shielded and trial dates on schedule. The question facing Maghibi's judiciary is blunt. Was the case quietly abandoned? And if so, who benefits? How did Michael Brown leave custody? Senate demands answer. The ongoing U.S. $19.2 million cocaine investigation has also revived scrutiny over the release of one of Brown's, prompting the Senate to order a formal investigation into how he left custody while facing earlier drug trafficking charges. All right, folks, that's it right there. I think we can stop here because of time. So those are all the stories. Let's take the final one on the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. And it says, court testimonies on the court media allegations of bribery in high-profile trafficking case. And I think I can take few lines from here, just few lines. Sworn testimony in criminal court A last week, the regular contradicted earlier media reports alleging that Councillor Besman Joa, that's president of the Public Defenders Association of Liberia, was involved in the bribery scheme tied to an ongoing human trafficking trial. Over several days of proceedings, every victim witness who took the stand made no mention of Joa in connection with alleged bribes. A stark contrast to prior reporting by Front Page Africa and New Narratives. Those outlets are cited unnamed sources claiming 9 victims told investigators that Joa played a central role in offering payments to reduce charges against the accused traffickers. Court records reviewed by the Daily Observer show Joa is neither counsel of record nor a public defender assigned to any defendant in the case. None of the victims' testimonies mention payments, offers, or discussions involving Joa. Witness statement did not repeat earlier media claims that Liberia National Police officers or state prosecutors were targeted with bribes to dilute charges. Testimony center on recruitment payments made to defendants, confinement at a Painesville compound, and forced online marketing work. The absence of bribery allegations in open court has deepened scrutiny of pre-trial reporting that relied on unnamed sources and investigative interviews conducted before charges were formally filed. Well, we'll stop you right here. Let's stop you right here and recap those stories we brought to you, catch up with our break, and then we'll come back. We take our talking points this morning. So let's begin now. We started this morning with the Front Page Africa newspaper. And let's get to the stories. Top stories first. Visa-free Africa, Liberia pushes continental tourism agenda as LNTA boss Cooper urges African leaders to prioritize transport connectivity. And a dream shattered. A fatal Swakoko High coalition silenced the promising futures of a master's graduate, a graduating student, and a dedicated tourism leader in Bong. And another story is anti-graft putsch. A rep chairman Martin says court successes reinforce fight against public corruption. And as other African nations reject U.S. help deal, Liberia's agreement faces new scrutiny. And lastly, missing suspects complicate probe. 4 out of the 5 charged in U.S. $90 million drug seizure are nowhere to be found, prompting major tests for Liberia's non-billable drugs law. And that does it for the Front Page Africa newspaper, the Daily Observer. Government indicts 5 in U.S. 19 million cocaine bust. Police charges, which came after weeks of public outcry, marked turning point in high-stakes drug case. Kakata court under fire over 200,000 coach case involving Michael Brown. Critics allege political interference. Diplomacy at work as government break ground for Japan Freeway extension. FM says initiative demonstrates foreign policy that delivers results. And I repped earlier court victories signal tougher anti-corruption era. And then lastly, to the back page of the Daily Observer, court testimonies on the court media allegations of bribery in high-profile trafficking case. Well, those are all the stories we can take this morning from the Daily Observer and the front page Africa newspaper. Let's take our break. When we come back, we'll draw you close to our talking points.
It's my musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know. And see, so if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Let it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, and I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Cyan, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Cyan.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Rabbi, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exodus Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exodus Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever location jumping till the break of dawn. Exodus Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exodus Best Price Store on Gully Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, some going deep and deeper. Put it to Ichiki.
Thank you there, folks. That was a message from our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia, Exodus Best Price Store, and Mayuba and Sons. This morning we have with us Aliyu Masale. Aliyu Masale is based there in Baltimore, Maryland, the United States of America, and Aliyu is here this morning. We haven't heard from our weather report man yet, but let's send controls to Aliyu Masale, who's been sitting there and following all of the stories. Aliyu, good morning from Liberia and welcome.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Nickland. Good morning, Mama Liberia. Very glad to be here this morning. How was the weekend?
Well, I had a wonderful weekend, Aliyu. My weekend was so great. Saturdays, most especially when I'm off Friday, I use a lot of time to run around. Saturday, the same. Sunday, church, work, and that's it. I mean, I had a great weekend. How was yours?
It was okay. Just that the independent was not celebrated due to the too much heat around here. It was just so hard.
I
But thank
know.
God we are doing fine.
I'm told the heat really killing people in Europe and other parts of America.
Oh yes, oh yes. It's not easy. And this morning when I woke up, I came outside. I took a good air. It was quite. For St. Thursday, when you get out, was like, sometimes you get out in the morning, you have an 89-degree, 88, 87. Just imagine that at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I
Hmm.
think this morning is cool, but let's see how it's going to be today.
That's why you see
Yes.
all of the World Cup games now. You see the folks are taking hydration break.
Yeah.
It's important. But you've been sitting there and listening to all of the stories relative to the 5 that were, charged in connection with the 19.2 million cocaine case. According to the information, out of the 5 persons that were charged, out of the 5, 4 out of the 5 charged in the U.S. 19 million cocaine seizure are nowhere to be found. And so, I mean, we don't know yet. Where are they? Where are they? And so that's the big question everyone is asking. And this other story about Liberia in America, agreement faces new scrutiny. Other African countries rejected the U.S. help deal, but Liberia is yet to join other African countries because, according to the information, State Department review found that Liberia failed to meet eligibility criteria related to addressing corruption, which placed the entire program on a review before US was shut down. So the big question now is the new health compact does not include a comparable verification mechanism. Ghana says the proposed agreement risks sensitive health data. Zimbabwe, the same. Kenya, the same. Zambia, the same. They have rejected the U.S. health deal, but Liberia is still opening up for it. I don't know. But let's hear from you, Aliyu.
Excuse me. Yeah, thank you, there, Mr. Neiman. You probably hear this dependency syndrome. This is why killing the country because they cannot survive without America from day one. Everything that happened in that country, America. Everything that happened in that country, America. You think America will give a help data to any country in the world? But because of dependency syndrome, you can't do nothing without on your own without America. That's why they will tell you, oh yeah, we give you money, give all your country help data, while other countries are rejecting it. And you people are signing for it. Yes, with all the resources you have, you cannot turn your resources into work to better the lives of your people. So you will sign up for everything. You see, but
Mm.
this is the we, we look to see why they think if they will take it, it's up to them. If your country help dictate to America, yes, let it know everybody in your country that help status. But to this issue on this investigation that just went on this long Saturday, this is quite unfortunate. You know, what we have been seeing around the world and like here in America, such criminal case, the magnitude of this case, for
Mm.
you to see just a single man or police director going to give or to have a press conference on a $90 million cocaine case, drugs, this is astounding. Because first of all, like what we can see in this country, you will see the Justice Department and everybody that contributed to that investigation. While we were expecting to see the Justice Minister, NSA, Immigration, EPS, and all the security apparatus in the country is supposed to be at that press conference. And during that press conference, headed by the Justice Minister, he will speak and tell you how they carry on the investigation that they are coming now to indict people. And when the Justice Minister speak, all the security apparatus head during that press conference, they are going to speak. Their role they play during the investigation. This is how we see it happen in America and other parts of the world. And during the question and answering, when they ask some question, Mr. Neiman as or NSA director, they will direct that question to you, tell your role you play, and you will
Mm.
answer that question. When they ask some
Mm.
question, Aliyu Masari as LDEA boss, I will answer that question per the role I play during the investigation. This is how it goes. But you have to see Gregor Como alone going over there, no NSA, no LDEA, no Justice Minister, nobody. You see, it's happening under a responsible government. The moment you talk, they will say, oh, it happened during George Weah time. And this cooking case, I said it and I will continue to say it. It will end up like uh, the Brian McGay case, wherein they had to involve the American embassy, they had to do forensic. All of these things, at the end of the day, he walked free. This is what I'm seeing. Because nowhere in the world you will see for such a thing to happen. The entire security apparatus, everybody is supposed to be present during that investigation. Everybody wants to be present during that investigation. And when it comes to answering question, and every one of them will answer question from the media, their role they play in the investigation. First of all, Gregor Como told the Senate, oh yeah, there will be arrest made over the weekend. So Gregor Como want to tell me he didn't complete his investigation till Saturday, where Paul King went to that Liberia National Police headquarters by 1 o'clock, and he was there whole day till 8:30 in the night. Gregor Como happy press conference. This is something that was done intentionally. First of all, such a case, you supposed to have that press conference on Friday that you promised the Senate in the day, and you charge this man cuff him and send him to service. But because the people were writing on social media, they are negotiating with the man so they can have him arrested. They are negotiating with him. What would make you to say, oh yeah, why people were writing on social media were lying? Because this is exactly what we saw. You see, who will say it was a lie? If you will keep that man to Liberia National Police headquarters from in the morning all the way to 8 in the night before you have a press conference. And now this Michael Brown, whosoever that left the prison, how did he leave prison? 2025 September, a woman and family member went and signed for him. Somebody who was in prison for drug issue, kush, and then a family member go sign for him. Here, those prisoners, when they take them to the hospital, you will see security to the hospital all around them, even to the door. The room that patient will be in, they are standing to that door. Even sometimes you are on that bed, they get some chin on your foot or on your hand, tied to the bed. Just quite recently, Mawani did. I think she's the former commerce minister. She was not feeling well. She wanted to come to America here for treatment. The government stopped her from coming because they say she get indictment on her. So she couldn't come to America unless she go to JFK or any other hospital. And when they say, oh yes, she need to travel before she travel. But you have someone in prison. So who signed for him? Since September 2025, they signed for him. He went for treatment. Who did the government send behind him? What was his medical condition? And say he came back to the country, those that signed for him, they carry him to take him over to the judge, say, oh yeah, they went for treatment, now he's back, that he's linked to the case today. We are not stupid, Gregory. We know what this government is doing. And Liberian people, if the government actually keep to fight judges, you will know for this case. But they are playing with this case, they play on the mind of the Liberian people to shield some people. They want to hide the mean people. This is why I don't listen to Bakai. Because he will tell you no matter who the person is, we make sure we find the cartel. And then you see what Gregory Comer is doing. You see, if Liberian people, if Bakai really want to find the cartel, he want to know how the justice is coming to that country, he should listen to what Samuel Kuga said. The entire investigation team, he should suspend them or even fire them. If he really meant to fight jobs because what they are playing on the mind of the Liberian people. Nowhere investigation will go on like that. Somebody will be in prison, the family member go sign for him. And he came back to the country, they didn't take him over to the judge, but he leaked another $19 million cooking case today. As a serious minded government that came to fight jobs. So everything Gregory Comer did over there, it was done intentionally. You were to have that press conference on Friday, or even if you say Saturday, broad day, where in this man will be charged, arrested, and put behind bars. But he kept it there till 8 in the evening. So that's that bigger for us. If care is not taking, that man will walk free. When you tell him, will say, oh, enjoy, we have brought $100 million worth of drugs in the country, and the people went free. Everything. You say, George, we have government were in debt. They were irresponsible. They used nothing about government. But then today, everything you do when they talk, you say George Weah did it. So meaning George Weah government didn't do anything wrong. Because anything you do today when they talk, you say George Weah did it. George Weah did it. So that you come to change, or if you will be continuing the same thing George Weah was doing, then you just lie on George Weah. Thank you, Mr. Nimble.
Thank you very much, Leo, and folks. That's it. You know, we've been saying this thing, and it's coming to pass gradually because since the inception or the interception of this $19.2 million cocaine at the airport, you know, nothing, serious has been done, to bring the culprits to book. So look, Mr. President, and those of you who are in the president cycle, look, this $90 million cocaine thing will derail all of the good that you're doing or you claim to say you would do. Because if you can't fight or expose those who are involved, then, Mr. President, 2029, you will definitely be booted out. Because the delay has jeopardized the entire process. Who say these guys don't know who are those involved? They know the guys who are, they know the owners. Who say they don't know? They know them. They know who got that drug, the $90 million cocaine. They know who are those involved. Who say the guys don't know the big hands involved? They know them. But we're not hearing nothing we're going to hear about this. We're not hearing nothing. That's also they say, yes, say this, other person, all that is will be on till it will be swept under the carpet. It's been 1 month now. 1 month since June 7. Since June 7. That cocaine was busted at the airport. Up to now, no head, no tail. The first thing, the place where the cocaine was kept, the person, nothing happened to them. The person just moving freely. Can you imagine drugs was caught or kept in your house? From your house, they took the drugs to the airport. And you tell us, look, the people just, I don't know how to put it, but you cannot look at drugs you put in Magic Cube Park to blindfold us. Then you look at, you say someone else, the other one in a lapa, the other one in a chicken soup. The men are organized, I'm telling you. Some of the big guys we see around here, and sometimes we're celebrating, they got money, they got this, they got that. That's how the men have been doing their operation. That's how they've been doing it in this country. They call it the diplomatic package or the diplomatic parcel. Nobody can touch it. You know, you can't search diplomatic things. So when they take these things at the airport, they call them diplomatic parcel. Nobody can tamper with them. But do you know why this 19 million cocaine case was exposed? It was because of some disagreement, some dissatisfaction somewhere. And somebody had to say, look, let it happen now. Even if the president yay, let the president yay. So that's how it got exposed. Because the Americans too were on top of it. This is not the first shipment. They have been doing it since 2024, according to the information. That when they take these boxes at the airport, they say they are diplomatic parcel. But Liberia, we are going down. The country is sinking. The country is sinking. Mr. President, you need to put your foot down. Mr. President. And I believe some of the folks in the president's cycle have already told the president that, Mr. President, that so and so people involved, they don't want got the cocaine here. But the president too is tight-lipped. He can't do nothing. Because when you hear certain names, then you will give up. So this entire thing is just that big vlog. Some people who were charged, they're not even in the country. What place you will go to get them? So you think the authorities don't know that these people have left the country? They're coming to tell us out of the 5 that were, or charged, few of them fled the country. How did they leave the country? Through what means they left the country? When these people are supposed to be behind bars because they are already prime suspects. What were they doing at their homes or their private places when they were to be in the police custody? But nothing is going to come out of this case. It's just left with the Liberian people to take a decision when the time comes. Because yesterday, the former regime or the past administration, they were accused of bringing into the country cooch. Cooch. But cooch and cocaine, which one bar? I'm not alluding to the fact that the previous administration was the one bringing in cooch. But it was said by the opposition. Those were some of the lies they used to get to power. And now the table has turned. So why didn't the other people then would not say that the government bringing in cooch? When Unity Party people yesterday were saying that CDC people bringing in cooch in the country. So why you think ANC people won't say that Unity Party people bringing cooch? Why Simeon Freeman won't say that the Unity Party people bringing cooch or cocaine in the country? Well, yesterday that the other people you were accusing, though you didn't see them, you didn't catch anybody with it in government that were bringing it. But yesterday they the one were bringing it because they were in power. So let's agree for the argument's sake. So today now you're bringing in cocaine in the country. $90 million worth of cocaine was leaving Liberia in Magic Cube packs. Some they made them like they are lapos. So the cocaine case here will just be here talking. But nothing is going to come. The big hands that are involved will never hear their names. Yeah, maybe some of us who have friends in government, who are connected, they will come and share some of the information with us. But it's now our responsibility to come and call the names of our friends who are feeding us with information. You can't do that. Why would you want to expose your souls? To put them in danger? Like they've already exposed the whistleblower, who we've already been told has some link to this 19.2 million cocaine case. So Liberia, we are headed nowhere on this 90 million cocaine case. It was just end of the day. It was put it on, it was sweep it under the carpet. I'll show you more. Nothing about the cocaine thing here. How you think the people getting money? You think that a salary giving them the kind of money they got? You think that the kind of cars they're driving, you think that their salary? Those boys, when they cross one parcel, they made their break. One parcel, one bag, you cross it, you made a break. These boys are sitting on millions from drug money. And the cartel is right in the country. The cartel is right here. We say we ain't got them here. We got them here. Some of the people in the country that are doing drugs business, when you hear some of the names, you'll get scared. In other countries, the security will monitor you until they knock you down. But we don't have the sophistication. Yeah, we have trained people, but do we have that kind of working tools to go about tracking these things? We don't. So that's why you see a lot of people can get away with crimes in our country because we lack the sophistication. In other countries, any harmful thing you bring into the country, they will knock you down because the people got they got their eye everywhere. So there's no way you can smuggle harmful stuff into the people country and that they wouldn't knock you down. But Liberia, there are so many entries to our country. So the guys can come with their thing, they make their money, and they enjoy themselves. Well, let's take few calls. Let's take few calls and take some of the comments we have. Then we'll go here from here at 12:30. All right, so let's take a few comments. Let me get to the comment section. I don't know what is happening to our weather report man since Friday. We try to get in touch with him, but we just don't know. I'm quite sure he's tied up to his work. You know, Tunis is a very basic person. But let's take our first comment. Fifth, Kevin Barpen says, "Good morning, Freedom Family. I'm watching you from Nimba United." Henry Tito says, "Good morning, Freedom FM family. Thanks for the great information to our country." Johnson Dolly says, "Good morning, guys. I'm watching you from my New Jersey resident." Jonah NJ Please says, "I'm watching you from Barnesville." Barpen Paul Lee says, "Morning, Freedom family. I'm watching you from Johnsonville." Pico says, "Good morning. I'm watching you from Perry Street." Jiva Kamara says, "Watching you live from Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. We are here again, my Freedom FM family." Vinicius Jr. Bar says, "Watching you live from Newtown. We are is coming back 2029. Boyman Buster Brennan says, "I'm following you from UBA Bank." Abraham and Addison says, "Good morning, Freedom family. I'm watching you from my comfortable residence." Peter Bleedy, that's Peter W. Bleedy says, "Watching from the Philippines." Meritula says, "Good morning, my Freedom family. I'm watching you from Police Academy." Ezekiel Newman Johnson says, "Good afternoon, Freedom family. I'm watching from Chicken Soup and happy birthday to me." Happy birthday to you, Ezekiel Newman Johnson. Ambassador Walton Butcher Morgan Jr. says, "I'm following from my Johnsonville residence, Vice Chair for Warfare, CDC Regular Intellectual Forum, or Militant." All right, so for now, those are all the comments. Let's take a few calls. 0776 104 104, 086 500 104. And I'm telling you, some big names got eliminated yesterday. Brazil is gone. Brazil is gone, man. Brazil got beaten by Norway last night, thanks to the 2 goals from Haaland. It was a great game last night. It's a very, very great game. But let's take you. Let's talk to you. Hello?
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 Yes. Good afternoon, people of Windsor.
Good afternoon.
And to go after the hard-working family of the great Freedom FM family. Also to the panelists in the great USA for the breeding of what contributed to our country. For the recognitions for the public and focus. I join you this afternoon for unknown destination. You see, people of Windsor, the government feel that the particular judge case will just be the other cases that may occurring. But the judge case is a government-based fund with the judge case. Trust me, I see even the president to be whole and to be dragged at the point of international scandal of dedicating punishment towards it. Because mind you, Greg Como cannot come here and feel like you're still bullying everybody. You come here, you talk about that. You come here, you don't get no reasonable, or untenable point, a concrete reason containing why those accused are working scot-free. Why those accused are not being arrested? And mind you, the Senate, when they called Greg Como along with Itorash, they told them that the main officer, they law that go on the political sector, the political drug sector. It's not available. And when you accuse somebody, what happened? They should be arrested. They should be investigated. Once found guilty, they will be prosecuted. Or Greg Como allow the perpetrator and the drug in a bedroom to come to the police station with short classes, go by again, we feel that nigga, and walk it class, nothing has happened. But you see, our country is only even public institutions.
Okay.
You just do what when the kids of people know. The kids are getting momentum in the rest of month of July.
Thank you. Thank you, Poga. Thank you very much. Let's talk to another person. Let's talk to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Nime.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Let me say good afternoon. Morning to Aliu. This is David King, an executive member of the Concern Nigeria for Justice.
David
I
is
joined you this morning from Kakata this morning.
okay. How's the little boy now, Dave? I see.
Yeah, the treatment is ongoing. I don't mind. This morning I came to get something to go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's hear your contribution, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah, you see, Mr. Nina, I think our democracy, that over 250,000 of our compatriots died. They are dying just for nothing. Okay, we fought war in this country and destroy everything. I think all of the destruction that came to the country is happening for nothing. Because we are not still getting on path with what we experience. If you want to tell us that drugs were destroying the fabric of our society, and people sit here and behave the way they behave, I think this is a sad time for our country. Mr. President knows very well that this drug law is not available. It's like the rape law that was casted by Manasa Leaf. So for somebody to just be accused of being a facilitator of drugs, or drugs will fall in your house, you know the law says, when the drugs will fall in your house, that particular house can be seized by the DEA and be sold, and the money be used for the DEA to fight drugs. But today, there's no crime scene or created around Falcon House. I watch the video, I saw Falcon walking with bottle of water in his hand, with a guy behind walking into the police station, no police behind. So how did Falcon go to that police station?
Okay.
What we are getting, the intelligence that we are getting, that Falcon will be negotiated with. That Paul, let us just take you in so that they can look like you are the one that we're charging or Falcon, you will let go. And this is why Falcon went to the police station at the front door. He left at the back door in his private vehicle and he went home. The police cannot show you Falcon up to this hour.
Okay.
That this is Falcon in our custody. Mr. Nime, this country on a Baka will go down in history zero. Because Mr. Baka left the country yesterday on a serious issue on he left the country without going into this matter, just left the country like that. And I'm sure people are illegal. You see how our country going on in this man?
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's take more calls on 0776 1414 086 500 Let's talk to you. Hello.
Yeah, Munio.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, Mr. Nime, how you doing, man?
I'm fine. Thank you. Everybody okay. I'm grateful. And you?
I'm fine, man. With no money, man. Every time I do my medical in the US, I give my talent to the entire Freedom FM family. We know this is the voice of the Rasta. I don't need to show we have one.
Go ahead, Sabu.
Yeah, I'm fine with all the content that we're but no, let me tell you something, I agree with you. That's in Abula. No, let me tell you, I don't think I don't need to worry. Without Okuto, everything talking to we have to hear money, we are very far person, right? So you're far person, but 4 person still out in the country, not 1 person here. The 1 person here, they wanted to show. They're getting up, we're getting spaghetti, doing money with drinking, and then later. So we know what we're doing. You know, we know the best people that were people like that. We know the most people like that, we know, we're so star. You know, get changed. We know that the other thing is going on with the
Thank you, Sabu Rasta. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Newland.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you, brother?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Oh, Mr. Newland, thank you for the show. My name is Oscar Kuya. But then I'm going to give man on the investigation I'm calling for this afternoon. Oh, Mr. Newland, I call you to tell you this, right? This government, I voted for this government. This party is my party, the party. But the way in which the government is proceeding, my brother, I'm surprised for what they are doing in this country. I will want to do, let me say this to you, I will want to those and say this again, former president of that government, a lot of critics enough. I think my brother, just for the last Abu Rafka, I critics enough president of that government. Because we needed change, we needed a big deal for our country. But this government, my government took power now, the way in which they're proceeding, that's not the way they said, and that's not the way they're working. I think they should have done justice according to everybody right. We are human.
So you are frustrated giving your vote to them? Are you frustrated?
Yeah, I feel high so much. Let me say this to you. I feel high at this time because it's not what we done for. It's not what we agreed for. It's not what we speak about. It's not what we spoke about. But they're not doing it. The issue was just, it's our common man now. That is breaking you now around here. Breaking you when I come there. Just for example, I saw something a guy be reading for common opium, just opium. Go, my girl, we tell you, let the guy around here. Common opium. Or see what is happening now. My team in a war for drugs. How the kids are going, no one knows. First of all, brother, we have no time. It will come in, but now our Uber is still here. The team, and they are decided to shift to another country.
Thank you.
But then president, we are seeing some president for 2029 countries.
Thank you very much. He's a member of the United Party.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Winda.
Yeah, Spencer Mohammed, welcome to the show, my brother.
And I call for down post on you. We can't community, no content like the other church. We just take, and also I want to tell my brother Masale good morning, and all other panelists of the Freedom FM good morning. I want to tell you thank you.
Go ahead, Spencer. Thank you too. Thank you for always being there.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Newman. You know the president said certain thing the other day when he returns to Nigeria. He said, "Want to see things that we did not see ever in the history of Nigeria." Are we not seeing it today? The president of Nigeria told us that indeed the government is confused. How are we seeing the government confused today? The vice president of the Republic of Liberia is up in the picture with one of the alleged drug traffickers. Then he will say, "I don't know the man." They may say, "I know you." Is there not strange in our country? How we do the police director is now the de facto justice minister. He presides over the DA case. He presides over the fire service case. This man has automatically surfaced as the chief official treasury of the investigative system of our government. Is it not something that we are not seeing? Really? Amen. He will tell us our gay press conference. It's 6 o'clock. He gives press conference 8:30 in the night. That is 5%. 4% out of the country, only one. The one man is giving VIP treatment. Are we not seeing something that we are not seeing in this country before? When they came to Samuel 12, the Bible command said they are going to use Interpol. But when it came to the indictment on the 4%, he did not even shut up. Meaning Interpol. Is it not something that we are not seeing in this country before? What else do we want? Look, even if they did not tell us, this is the person we know already in the post of public opinion, those who brought us in our country in 2029, Joseph Newman Braga and his government are going to pay for the drugs. Meaning, all the drugs have been coming to Nigeria. But our intel is telling us that the drugs is about 500 million. Is it the truth? In 2029, Joseph Newman Braga and his castors are going to pay for this drug. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And because of time, we're not going to take any more calls. So let me read what was posted by the representative of district number 9, Rep Safoko. He says here, to God only be all the glory, despite the executive continued refusal to release our district development funds. We have refused to let the people of district number 9 down. A vision conceived by my late boss, Muna Pelham Youngblood, has become a reality today. We have successfully relocated our hard-working market women from a dilapidated structure that left them exposed to rain and harsh weather to a more decent and dignified marketplace. This achievement was made possible through the generosity and commitment of many individuals and stakeholders. Special appreciation goes to Honorable Simeon Freeman, who graced today's occasion and contributed 3,000 United States towards women empowerment. Rep. Samuel Enders, and the list continue. But let's say a big thank you to you, the man, Rep. Safoko, for the job done for your people. But let's take Rebecca as our last caller. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brother Winner. Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night. Good everything to you.
No. Yeah, Brother Winner. When I sat here, and then seriously, but when I saw it, just make the whole thing clear to the whole world and Liberians in and out that these people are the ones that have been causing trouble in our country. During the administration of President Weah, these people are the ones that were doing the massive killing, bringing drugs in our country to destroy the youth, the future leader of the country. It's a clear indication. Yesterday I was there, some of us were having an argument. I said, look, I don't care what you say about George Weah, President Weah. I stay here to defend you until I can leave the word. Anything that is evil has never been connected to this man. This man left a career. Even the naked today, Nathan Black, who say he got rehabilitation center. Go first and John, we are the one made him today to give to where he is. The one, every one of them that are morphing this man here, God will punish them. Every day we say it. They were killing our people. Only pregnant women's stomach. John, we are left a career and jump in helicopter with UN to bring peace in our country. John, we were taking gun from no babies. And see, John, we were telling around to bring drugs in our country. No people that he left a career and said, you leave the drugs and you leave the gun, they're fighting. You come. Bring peace in our country. You can be president, you can be this. And see, John, we were telling around those children that he take gun from, he was telling around he giving them drugs. But these people, somebody bring a kind of heavy confinement of drugs in our country. And today, Gabriel Cuomo, they're passing around. He the best dressed policeman. Can you imagine? You want dressed at the police in America here, but you don't have again. God is there. Liberians, you see where you throw us? Okay. And now we are going to be far off. Okay. So we are saying, you know what? The reason why the children, they are outside, they are doing X, Y, Z, it's not because they want to do the things that they are doing, but because there is no sign for recreation, So they want to finish it, they get nothing to do. So let me there practice and think. Yeah, the children be going there to be having fun and this that. Then their mind will move for all no drugs and all the things that are going on. It was the worst thing. Our people when they took the children's future away.
Okay.
Oh, we got God. Thank you for having me, Papa.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rebecca Sayon, for your contribution. Calling us all the way there from Minnesota. Thanks so much for your contribution. All right, folks. So before we go up to Aliyu, let's say a big thank you to Aliyu Masale. There was a lady we brought here the other day who requested help because she had a broken leg, and she's currently undergoing treatment in Habel. And she told us that she's going to be there for 4 to 5 months. And so our brother Aliyu here made a promise to her to send her $50 United States, and the money was sent. So we spoke with the lady on yesterday. She told us how to get the money to Habel. So we hope that she can call, but she told us where she is, the network. But she promised to give us a call to say a big thank you to Aliyu Masale. So I just, on behalf of her and her husband, I want to say, Aliyu, thank you so much for, helping that lady get her treatment. Alexander Gushi King says, good morning, Freedom Family. I'm following from Fiamma Sinker. President Weah will be back, certainly. And so far, so good. Let's go back to Aliyu. Aliyu, let's close up. No time.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Nima. Thanks to the callers. Thanks to those in the comment section. Okay, we'll see you again tomorrow. God bless America. God bless Liberia. Thank you.
Take care of yourself. Make sure don't get in that heat too much. You know you already got body.
Yeah, I know. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Aliyu Masale will be here tomorrow. The team will reach out to Solomon Tunes. It's been 2 days now. We haven't got in contact with him. Since Friday, we sent a message. We didn't get any response, but we hope to hear from him before the day ends. So, Aliyu, thank you, and thanks for all you do for your country, Liberia.
You're welcome.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school.